Okay. So, assuming we're recording.
Does it say we are?
It says we're recording.
All right. 2 words. Soap nuts.
What do you got for us this time?
Oh, I was reading this book about permaculture.
Okay.
That's a whole nother discussion. We'll get back to that another day. And at the very end of the book, right before I was ready to sit it down, because I was actually getting kind of bored, and the last paragraph said, no native village would be left without soap nuts.
Soap nuts. So, tell me a little bit about what a soap nut is then. You got a bag.
These are actually well-used soap nuts.
Okay.
It's brown. It's a nut. It's been de-seeded, and you can buy them on Amazon. And if you actually Google soap nuts, they're all over the place. But I didn't know. Did you? And
Never
nobody
heard.
I know
Never heard about.
when I
soap
say the
nuts.
2 words soap nuts knows anything about these. So anyway, soap nuts. Now that you know that they're a thing, you can probably guess what they are. They're a nut that gives off a chemical when it is put in water that will wash your clothes.
So the chemical is known as
Saponin.
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 Okay, that's probably
Saponins.
that's probably where we derive the word soap. Then.
I'm guessing, but nothing can back that up.
Okay.
So this book refers to these things as being used to wash clothes and your body for thousands of years. And you can use them over and over and over until they turn brown or gray and mushy. And I've used these 6 that are starting to turn color 15 times in my washing machine. And when they turn gross like this, you just throw them in your compost bin. And the chemical saponin or saponin is biodegradable, and nothing is harmed in the environment by them.
So a lot of the problems we have in commercially available laundry detergents, I think the phosphates, sulfates.
Yeah,
those
that's
things.
the lathering chemical that they put in so that we think that they're actually doing something. These don't lather at all.
At all, or just a little.
Barely at all.
Barely.
Maybe a couple bubbles, and you might just think that's the water bubbling. There really isn't any lathering to them at all. And I took 2 really stinky dog blankets that we had as a test, and we washed them, and they just smelled fresh afterwards. These are not supposed to be used for getting out big stains. Mild stains, mild body oil stains are fine. They're good enough to get those out, but nothing like oil stains or something like that.
Other things would need to be pre-treated. Use a stain fighter.
Yeah.
Something stronger, but
I'm a little worried about putting these in with something that you've pre-treated, although everyone on the internet says it's fine. Now, do these get coated by the chemical detergents that we're putting on our clothes to pre-treat? I don't know. Everyone says it's fine.
What about baking soda or something like that? Baking powder. It seems like that's a cleaning agent
That's something I use too to keep my clothes fresh too.
So I haven't tried that. I was just like thinking I've heard about that, so perhaps maybe that's a solution.
Yeah, haven't tried them yet, and no written stuff on the internet about adding baking soda, but you know, it's just a material. What's the word I'm looking for? We'll edit this out.
Yeah,
What is baking soda? Is bicarbonate,
it's a bicarbonate.
and that's a mineral.
I would think so.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. Okay. Baking soda is just a bicarbonate, which is a natural occurring mineral, so you wouldn't think it would cause problems, but you never know. Give it a whirl, but these things grow all over the world. There's even a tree in the western United States, the western soap nut tree.
That's what it's called. It's actually called the
Western soap nut tree that you can harvest these from and do your own laundry. Now, most of the ones you buy on Amazon actually come from China and India. I guess the best ones come from Himalayas. I don't know that, but there are actually a whole bunch of naturally occurring vegetable products that release saponins, or saponins. And one grows all over the place here in San Diego, and I'm gonna go get one I'm gonna chop it up. Actually, it's just a leaf. That's all you need. And I watched the guy on YouTube actually wash his hands with it, and his hands were covered in lather. And I'm very curious how it would do in my laundry, because they actually grow here, and I don't have to truck them in and ship them in all the way from China.
Yet another business killed by something like this. And I guess that's probably what we're getting at sometimes. It's like, this probably doesn't create an industry for some of the big guys that are out there. But if you're growing your own soap nut tree,
Yeah.
or what's the other thing that you're talking about here?
It's an agave plant.
Okay, we know plenty of people got agave plants. Yeah. So definitely something native to this area.
Yeah.
Easily grown and harvested.
That's what I'm thinking.
So I think it's worth a shot. I tried this with my black wash, where I didn't really need to do any stain finding or anything. And yeah, and clothes go in and they come out smelling fresh. They are soft.
I think they're softer too. I've noticed
Yeah.
that. So we don't put any fabric softener either in our clothes, and they come out nice and soft.
All those things are like petroleum-based
are.
detergents that usually leave some sort of
Residue.
slime of some sort on it. Even the softener is meant to leave some sort of coating on your clothes to prevent abrasion and all that stuff, right?
That's true.
But yet you can perhaps avoid all that simply by using soap nuts.
6 at a time in this little linen baggie that they send you with your soap nuts. And I paid $16 for the big bag, which is not here right now. Otherwise, I would show that to you, but it's all over Amazon. It's a thing, but we just didn't know it.
Right. And it's interesting because, yes, this is another type of business and industry, perhaps, small industry, but it's also within reach of a community doing this for themselves.
True. That's where it developed.
Yeah. So, soap nuts.
I don't think we can say anymore.